Okay, so today we'll start chapter 2. And from today, we will be executing a lot of commands. And from today, you need to remember the commands and you need to practice the commands. Don't pile up the work. So, as and when you get chance, you can practice this commands. And again, for this Linux training, right? You really don't need Red Hat labs. You can create a simple Linux VM. If you have a chance in office, you can create one VM, or on the laptop, you can create one VM, and then you can do the testing as well. You can run those commands as well, right? So because Linux is very basic, trainings in Red Hat, right? It doesn't need much infrastructure. All it needs is a single VM. So, I mean, if you know how to install Linux, it is fine. You can install Linux and you can use the lab. Or if you don't know, there will be one more session where we will learn how to install Linux. After that, you can start installing and you can play around with the environment. So only thing is whether you practice it here or in your personal machines, it's up to you. But practicing is important. So these commands, like whatever you see in the book, those should be on your fingertips, right? So and this will help you throughout your career if you want to be in IT industries, IT industry managing the DevOps environments and other AI environments. These are must, right? So here, in this chapter, we talk about, we will discuss command line options like how to create, delete, organize files and create files and play around with the files. And we create soft links and we also see some expressions, wildcards when you are working with the files. Okay. Now, coming part to the file management, right? So again, we don't have to go again line by line, but I will cover whatever is necessary. So line file management, of course, as I told you, you can do all these things in graphics also, but most of our trainings, 90%, 19, 90, not 90, even 95% to 96%, we do it only through command line because we will run only commands. 5 to 7% you see the web consoles and all those stuff for that sort of activities, right? But as I told you, in real time everything is black and white, right? So you don't see any colors. It should be black and white and it should be command, right? So mostly our trainings will also be on command, right? Now, so how do we create a files, right? So to create a files, the first command is touch. Before that, if you want to list the files, the command is ls. Okay, so probably let me open up my right. Let's see, my labs are up. That's fine. So I'll on this. Okay. 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 I need to let's increase the font size to maybe 20. Okay, so still I'll increase. Like you can see the font, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we can see.
Yes. Yeah, close. Yeah. Okay. So now, and again, as I said, right, this is a normal Linux machine you can run anywhere. Okay. Now, again, as I said, right, every chapter will have theory, and after that, every chapter will have theory. Followed that, you will have lab. So first, we will complete the theory, and we will do the labs consecutively, right? Now, the first command to list the files, the command is ls. ls is for listing. So if you say ls, it will show you the commands. Like, you have this many folders by default. Okay. Again, I will talk about this color coding and all those stuff in the upcoming classes. So there is a color coding as well, where you can define whether this is a directory or whether this is a file. Okay. And there is also some more commands which will cover in a moment, right? So for now, remember ls is a command to list the files in a directory. Okay. Now again, when you say ls, it will list the directories of the current working directory. That is pwd is one more command. It is present working directory. Again, not every command will have abbreviation, right? PWD is present working directory. It has abbreviation, but if you ask me what is the abbreviation of ls, there is no abbreviation of ls. ls is listing, right? So mostly commands won't have any abbreviation, but PWD is the nothing but present working directory, which will show you the current working directory from where you executed the commands, which is ls. Right? So ls is for listing, PWD is to print the current working directory, right? And then to create an empty file, the command is touch. Touch is the command to create empty file. So here, if you observe, if I type ls, I see all these blue colored files or folders, right? So let's create a file. Touch. And also remember, you don't have to type the command, the full command. Okay. So you can use the tab key. So I will use TOU and I will press the tab 2 times. Tab, tab. See, automatically it fills up the command. So if I say TO and tab, tab, see, I have, probably I think I have to do this. Just give me a minute. Okay. So if I say two and tab, see, in my system I have three commands which starts with two. That is TOE, top and touch command. And if I say U and tab, it automatically fills in. So this is called tab completion. Tab completion. I think you will cover this in later as well. Tab completion. So if you press tab 2 times, it will fill up your command. So you don't have to type. Not only command, if you want to go to a specific path, let's say /usr tab, L tab, li tab lib slash. Again, you can, the tab will automatically not only fills up your command, it will also fills up your other command attributes as well. But again, what is this user lib? We'll discuss later. So tab will help you to complete your command. Okay. So touch space and I will give maybe file 1. Okay. Hit enter. And if you say ls here, so you should see a file called file1. Okay. So touch will create an empty file. Remember, empty file. Okay. And you can give any name. Right? Now, so touch is to create file, ls is to list, and pw is to check the current working directory. Right? Now, that is how you create files. Now, how do you create directories? The command is mkdir, make directory. Mk make and dir is for your directory, mkdir. So that creates a directory. So mkdir and the folder name. Okay. So mkdir, di and I press tab. And also remember, whenever you are working in Linux environments or Unix environments, you have to make a habit of using tab commands. Tab commands are very, very important because you can't remember all the commands every time, right? So you have to remember at least, if you have 5 years of experience in Linux, at least you need to remember 1,000 commands, right? So you cannot remember all those commands. Sometimes you forget, right? So tab will help you to auto complete. So every time make a habit, type the command, half command and press the tab command. So that will help you. So mkdir. Okay, and I'll say folder 1. It can be any name. Okay? And if you type ls, see, I have the what you call directory name called folder. And by the time you might have observed, folder will be in blue color, files will be in the white color. So that is how the bash interprets your files and folders. And again, if you change the parameters in the bash, the color coding will change. Okay, don't rely on the color, but generally files will be in white color. Okay, again, I will also tell you how to define, how to know the difference between a file and a directory. There is one more command which I will show you. Okay. So for now, file will be in white color and folder will be in blue. And again, don't take it for granted. It might change based, if you change the bash parameters, it will change. See here, you see student at workstation in green color, right? So that is how I
Yeah.
configure my bash. See, what is this black screen that you see here?
It's a
Shell.
terminal, right?
Shell.
So
It's a shell.
it's a shell. It's a bash shell.
Oh,
Okay, it's a bash shell. Okay. Now let's say as an example, you can do your home automation, right? While you are just reaching home, you can power on your AC, or you can power on your geysers, and you can open your main gate and all those. You can do home automation, right? That is because
yes.
it's a place where you can do automate because you own that place, right? Same logic,
Yeah.
bash shell is a place where you own it as a student user, right? And you can customize. Hey, I don't want like green color, I want maybe a red color, or a black color, or a white color. So I can change this look and feel of the bash shell, right? But this color coding is default color coding. If you want, you can change that also, but again, generally we don't play around with the colors actually, because that's all freshers who do that kind of color coding, but generally we don't do that, right? That's
Okay.
that you can
Yeah.
customize, right? Customization is there, right? No, so that is your bash shell. So whatever you see, again, there are a lot of shells also. We will discuss what are those shells, and by default, it's a bash shell. Okay. Again, we will discuss what are the different shells and why bash is default. We will discuss that. Okay. So mkdir is for creating folder, empty folder, and touch is to create a file. Okay. And if you want to create multiple folders, you can just give them one by one. Folder one, folder, okay, folder three, folder four, whatever it is, right? So you can give those names, whatever names you want. It will create those multiple folders in one go. Okay. So that is way how you create folders. And if you type ls, you should be able to see all your newly created files. Now, now, next thing, now let's say I want to create a subfolder. Let's say I wanted to create, NKDAR, probably I'll say RH199, okay? And under this, I wanted to create a folder called chapter 02, right? So this is our main folder, which I want to create first. And inside this folder, I want to create chapter 2 folder. So if you run this, you will see an error, because mkdir will be able to create only first level directories. It cannot create second level subdirectories if this directory is not present. Now I can show you. Like if I say mkdir, I'll say folder one, folder slash, I will say file one, file, I'll say sample file, something sample file. Okay, I am able to create this direct, actually sample folder, not file. Okay, I created a folder inside the folder directory. I was able to create because the folder is already available. If the main folder or layer 1 folder is not available, it will not create the subdirectories. Okay, but there is an option, you can use -p. So -p will create a nested directories. It will create, so what it will do first is, it will check this directory is there or not. If the directory is there, it will not recreate again. If the directory is not there, it will recreate this directory first, and then it will recreate this directory. Okay. Now ls. Now if you say ls rh199, see, I see ch02 in my directory, under your inside your RH199 directory. Okay, so remember mkdir will create the folders, and -p with mkdir will create nested directories. Okay, and you can give any number of directories. You can give slash some
Lesson
f1
one,
slash
lesson two.
f2. You can create any number of folders. Nested directories. It doesn't matter, right? So it will create all these folders one by one. Okay. Now
Yeah.
that is your nested directories, which is your thing. Now, till now we were only working on ls, right? So ls will show you the listing inside the current directory, current working directory. Now I wanted to see the hierarchy of this 199 folder. So I will say ls-r and rh199. So capital R is for recursive. So I want this ls to go deep into this folder and print this structure of this particular folder. If you hit enter, see RH199 is the folder. Under this I have ch2. Under ch2 I have f1, and under f1 I have f4 file. Okay, so -r, capital R will give you the recursive structure of your folder. Again, it can
So,
be a folder, it can be a file also.
if you have like very complex folder tree, it will print all of them.
Yeah. It will all of them.
Okay.
There is no way
Okay.
that you can terminate in between. Like you can't ask it to go only two levels inside.
Okay. So, like, if for suppose if I chapter 3, 4, 5 in chapter 3, 4, 5 test like 10 files, it will print all of them.
Yes. So there is also one more
Nice.
command which you will learn in the next, which is tree command. Tree
Okay.
RH99. See, this is also a better way actually. See,
Hmm.
so RH199, under this you have CH2, CH2 you have F1, you have F4, and you see all the structure. So this is the very common command that we use to understand the hierarchy.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But I think you have an option to go only to two levels. But again, see, options might be there, but I generally didn't come across that option every time. We don't use them, right? Only to go two levels,
Yeah.
three levels inside, but might be there, but generally you don't require that because a lot of options will be there, but you generally use them. You don't use them in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that is how you can print the structure of your folder. Okay. Now, and LSF&R, you can see all this structure. Right. So as I told you, right, if you do mkdir and those things, it will not create because this videos folder is not there. Okay. So you need to use -p option to create the recursive structure. Now, how do you copy the files? Right? So to copy, the command is cp command. Okay. Now, if you observe, here you see folder structure, right? RH199, CS02, F1, F4, and all the stuff, right? I will copy this file one inside this F4 folder. Okay. So for that, cp is the command, and then I will copy file one to RH199. I use tab command. See, it automatically fills up. Again, press tab. CH2. Again, press tab. F1. Again, press tab. F4. Automatically, it copies. It populates the what you call the directory structure automatically using the tab key. Right? Now, if you hit enter and if you again use ls-r, see there is a file one which is already been copied to F1.
Mm.
Right? And while copying the file, if you want to rename it, right, you can simply append the file name here. Okay, new file one. Okay, so it copies the files to this particular folder and it renames as well. Right? If you want to copy and rename, then this command will work. If you don't want to rename, just copy the file, you can just say cp followed by the file name and the destination folder, right? So hit enter. Now if I say ls-ltr, ls-r, see, I have file 1 and new file.
New file 1.
Okay? So this is to copy and rename. This is to just copy the file. That's it. You with the same name. Okay.
Yeah.
Now again ls-l you can check, and then also one more important, the next attribute, right? So far, how many attributes you have seen with ls hyphen r?
Hyphen capital R for, and in this class we saw only capital R,
Right?
but in real life we see L A
Then
T R.
exactly. So ls hyphen l is the long listing. Okay. So you will see here again. There is a separate chapter where we will go in depth. What is this student, and all those things. Okay. Don't worry for now. For now, you only remember for the folders, right? I told folders are in blue color, right? You
Yes.
see a D option here. That is nothing
Yeah.
but directory.
Director.
And for files, you see a hyphen symbol.
Yes.
Okay. So directory is D, hyphen is a file. Okay. So that is how you can identify whether this is a file or a folder. Don't go with the color codings. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is one option. Now ls hyphen t. Okay. Probably we use lt actually. Okay. If you see ls hyphen t, what do you see? Right?
It's an time. It's based on time. Like
Exactly.
the
It's
it will
sorted
sort
based,
out the files
exactly. It's sorted based on the creation time,
timestamp.
timestamp. Right? And hyphen r is reverse. Right? And the opposite of t is r. Okay. So sometimes generally this is the common command that we use in real time. ls-ltr. That's a
Yeah.
common. Why? Because I want to print the latest file on top. Because if you have 100 files, you have to scroll down, right? So I use hyphen r. So that my latest file will be on the top. Again, it's a
So
choice. It all depends on.
sorry to interrupt, but it's like latest file is at bottom, right? So ls minus ltr means like we'll see the latest file at the bottom. So that's why we use ls minus ltr.
Right. Sorry. The latest file is at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
mhm.
The latest file is at the bottom. So generally, this will be helpful in the log files when you are reading the log files, because a directory might have hundreds of log files. You want to test or see the latest log file. So this is the best option that prints the latest file at the bottom. Okay. So ls long listing, t is timestamp, r is recursive, capital R is the what do you call recursion.
Folder structure.
Recursion. And ls hyphen a. So a is one option. A will show you the hidden files. A will show you the hidden files. And remember, in Linux, a hidden file starts with dot. It can be a file or a folder. Any folder or any file that starts with dot is a hidden file. Now that's why if you say ls, right, you don't see this dot ssh, dot vim, dot vs code, dot web terminal. All the dots will be vanished with ls command. So ls hyphen a will give you the, or you can also no need to give long listing ls hyphen a. See, you can see all the dot files, which is the hidden file. So if you want to create a hidden file or folder, it should start with dot. Okay. So these are some of the, again, remember, every command will have at least 20 to 30 attributes, every command in Linux. Minimum 20 to 30 commands. And if you have 1000 commands, 1000 into 30, right? Again, you don't have to remember all the commands and all the options. Okay. So you will remember the most frequently used. And if you have any doubt, search in the internet and then you will get the output. Okay, so we are not in the interviews also. I have done a lot of interviews. I have seen a lot of interviews. They will ask you all the attributes, right? So that is not the way how they should do interviews because we can't remember the attributes, right? So you should remember only the common used one. Rest all attributes. You can tell him directly that you will check in the internet and you will solve all your or you will get the exact command, right? So don't be under the impression that you will remember all these attributes and commands. Okay? That's wrong actually. Right? So as and when you practice, right, those options you will remember automatically. You don't have to sit and by heart those things. Okay. So that is one option. Okay. Oops, sorry, I think it went down. Okay. So let's do that. Right. So this is one ls mkdir copy command, and then what a job ls copy and ls hyphen r recursive. And if you want to copy a folder, right?
Okay.
Now let's say you want to copy this folder, right? You want to copy this folder RH199 and you want to copy it with a different name. So how do you do that? CP
Uh,
RH199
CP RH900,
and I will give a new name. Let's say
new name. Yeah.
new hyphen maybe RH199. Okay. Oh, I think funny man. I think they removed this. Okay, they removed the. Acha.
Control C.
No, no, the right click paste they have removed. Funny man.
Okay, okay.
They should not do that kind of.
Editor.
Yeah, I don't know that. Somehow, these are all people who work day in, day out, every day in Linux, right? So, right click is very, very important in Linux.
Yeah,
CP, okay, RH199. So, RH199 hyphen, maybe I'll say new.
new.
So,
Okay.
previously I copied a file, right? CP, file name, source destination, it worked, right? Now, if
Yeah.
you do this, right, it will not work because CP is meant to copy a single file, right? It will not copy multiple files. It will not even, it will neither copy multiple files nor it will copy the folder as well, right? So for that, you have to use recursive cp-r. So for that, you use cp-r, okay, which will copy recursively, right? So by default in real time also, we whether we use copy multiple files or single files, we use hyphen r by default, cp hyphen r, right? So we don't, I mean, whether it is a single file or multiple file, we generally use hyphen r by default. Okay? So hyphen r is for recursive copy. Again, remember ls recursive is capital R, cp recursive is lowercase r. Okay, so you need to remember those. Okay? And if I say ls, I should be able to see RHH, RH199 new, right? And you can also check, a tree followed by your RH199 and then new. Okay, so you should be able to see the structure for this, the same structure. Like even if you look for RH199, you see the same structure, right? Okay. Now, so, and as I told you, right, ls-r is for recursion. Now,
So I have a question here, Alvin.
hmm.
So why this confusion? Hyphen capital R or hyphen small r? Why can't they go with a single R? It's all about recursive, right?
No, it's all, see, how did Unix evolve in the market? It's a open source culture.
Yeah, yeah,
Creating
it's an
own
open
flavors.
source site, sir.
Yeah.
Now, do you think only one person created this whole
Okay.
lines? No, right?
Got it. Got it. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. They customized.
so let's say if I am the author of this ls command, okay, so probably I don't want to use R, I want to use something else, right? So it all depends
Mhm.
upon
Yeah,
the author who wrote this CP command, right? So
Okay.
there is no standardization. Probably it might come, but I'm not sure because it's not that easy because people are already using it from decades actually. So I don't think they will dare to touch that, but that is the reality, right? So yeah, they should have followed the standard, but still, that's the only way that we can remember, right?
Okay.
Now renaming and moving files. We used copy command, right? Copy is it will keep the original file and it will copy a duplicate file in the destination location, right? So moving
yeah,
is like cut and paste, right? So the command is mv followed by the source name followed by the destination name, destination folder name. So like in our case, like we have this folder, right? So mv file one, and probably I will move that to slash temp, okay? Or I can
yeah.
move to RH199 or any folder which you know. Right? If I say ls, I don't see that file one anymore. And if I say tree, on RH199, I should be able to see file one, right? File one inside RH199. See, you see a strange
Yeah,
here, right? So that indicates these are
yeah.
same level. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is how you can, and there is no recursive for MV. You can just use MV either for folder or for for file. Like if I say MV, I will move folder three, folder three to F3 maybe. Pick F3. I am moving and renaming. If I say ls, see now I have F3 folder. I don't have folder three.
So move command is also used for renaming, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Move command is also for renaming. Okay. So CP, MV, LS, PWD, tree are the commands. Okay.
Okay.
Removing files, RM. RM is the file. Okay. So if you want to remove a file, I will say RM and then I will give you the absolute path. Now, in Linux, you have absolute path and relative path. Okay. Absolute path is the full path. Let's say I want to delete this file inside RH199. Then what will be the path?
So RH900 slash file one.
Exactly, RH199 and slash file one. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
This is called absolute path. That is full path to your file. Okay.
Yeah.
This is actual. I am pressing Control C. I am not running this command. Now, relative
yeah.
path is you need to be inside the directory and then you remove file one. Right? So this is absolute path. This is relative path. Absolute path, you can run the command from anywhere in the machine. Relative path, you should be inside that particular directory where that file resides. Okay.
Yep.
That's the difference between absolute and relative. And also remember, there will be some terminology, technical jargons I will be using. Okay. When you are speaking, right, you have to make a habit of use those words, right? Now here I said absolute path, right? That is the right
Mm.
Yeah.
word you need to use. Don't say, hey, use full path, right?
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
people see if I will come to know whether you are experienced or not by your language, right? I can gauge your experience, right? So use those right keywords so that the other person feels like, okay, this is a guy who knows who knows the subject, right? So that, I mean, not to impress anyone, but that is how people will also respect you, right? Based on your knowledge also, right? Right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Respect comes only with the knowledge, right? So you have to use those. Even when I teach my containers, Kubernetes also, there are a lot of technical jargons. So I tell them, hey, don't use that kind of words. Use these words, right? So that way, your interviewer or the person whom you are speaking to will understand that, okay, this guy is knowledgeable guy, right? So absolute path and relative path. Okay, absolute path, you can be anywhere in the machine, provide the absolute path. If you want to be in relative path, go to the directory and then perform your activity. Okay. So now what I will do is I will do RM and then RH199 and then followed by file. So without going to the directory, I am using the absolute path to remove the file using the RM command. Right? So hit enter. Now if you say tree on RH199, the file should not be there. The file. Okay.
Yep.
Now similarly, try to remove a folder, RM folder 3, maybe F3. Okay, F3, right? What it says, it cannot remove.
RM cannot remove directory.
Exactly. So RM removes only the files. So again, you have to use -R,
Because
recursion, -R. Okay,
okay.
but then ls you should not see that file. Now sometimes or at times, this folder might be used by some other users, some other processes, but you might not be able to remove. So that's a junk folder. You are confirmed that you have to delete this F3 folder, that you got the confirmation. You don't need to take any backup. Don't worry who is accessing and all. Just go ahead and remove. You got that instruction, right? But when you run this command, it says directory is in use. Someone is using in the directory. So in that case also, you cannot remove the directory, right? So for that, there is one more option called RF, recursive and force. So it will kill all the connections to this directory and it will remove the folder. Remember one thing here, generally when using the CP command, RM command, right? Options are almost
Yeah.
same. -R is recursive, F is force,
Hmm.
right? That way you can sum up few commands, right? So RM-RF, CP-RF. So you want to forcefully copy that file, right? So you can use this file and source here, source name, source directory, source underscore dir, and then destination dir. Okay, like this. This is your syntax of your CP-RM command. MV also you have MV, but I don't think with MV you use RM enough. I think you have the option, but we never used recursive and force in recursive is no need MV, but force I think option should be there, but I never used that force option. Generally MV will work, right? So again, as I said, right, don't go too deep into every command. At the end, you will not remember anything actually. So whatever commands we discussed, right, mostly those are the common commands you use day in day out. Right? Those should be good enough at least for you to start this. After that, you can memorize whatever commands you want. Okay. So PWD, we have saw right. PWD is one, and
Yeah.
you can also use this one. And also there is a wild card called star. Right? So in Windows, if you want to search, you will say star dot star, right? If you want to search a file, you will say,
Like never did in Windows.
so generally, if let's say here in this lab, right? So you have this files, right? I wanted to know the folders which starts with the directories which starts with folder name. Okay, so ls folder star.
Star.
So it will print all the directories which starts with folder. Star is anything, right? So it will print folder, sample file, and folder 2 and folder 1. So folder, folder 2, folder 4, right? So that is how you will use the wildcards. Again, this star is called a wildcard. Wildcards. So there are a lot of wildcards like star, caret symbol, hash symbol, dollar symbol, at the rate symbol. All special characters are wildcards. Question mark, dot. These are all wildcards. I don't think dollar is a wild card. So dollar and at the rate, right? These are all wild cards. Star, caret, what is wild card and all we will discuss. Don't worry. So these are all wild cards. Okay, right? So that is for now. Remember, star is all. Okay, folder star. It can be folder 1, folder 2, folder 3, or it can be folder my name, folder your name, anything. What this will do? What this will print?
So it's anything before folder and anything after folder. Like in the name, it's there should be some folder. In
Exactly.
the first command, first command, if you do like if I have file with my folder one, it will not print that. So because we do not specify any character before, right?
Yeah. So it the directories which has folder name and it has any prefix, any suffix, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's how you can use the wildcard. Again, we will learn. I think there is a chapter, if I'm not wrong, which talks about something related to shell scripting. So these are all part of shell scripting actually, right? Right. So that is one thing. And then RMI-RIC. Now one more option with RI is interactive, right? So I is for interactive. Like if you're copying multiple files, it will ask for confirmation for every file, whether you want to copy or not. If I say yes, if you say Y, it will copy. If you say no, it will not copy the file. Right? It is interactive. Right? So RMI interactive. Right? PWD is password. So here we learned about CP, RM, MV, RM, RMDR, and all those stuff. Right? So let's see this guide access, which is a small guide access, lab start, file manage. And for every lab, right, you need to start the lab, finish the lab, and then start the lab, perform all the activities, and then finish the lab. Okay, lab start, files. Yeah, this guys are. Oh, I have to. Acha, Control Shift V. Control Shift V. When you want to copy, Control Shift V. I think Control
Yeah.
V is not working. Shift V also will not work. Or Control Shift V. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. Control Shift V. Okay, run this command. Yeah,
So like from first day you said like for first to fifth until 20th we can do unlimited times of lab time, right?
yeah, yeah.
After that we have only 40 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but again, I think this lab is this Red Hat is a preliminary course, right? As I told you, right? Even though your labs are, if your labs are labs, actually, you can create a simple VM in your lap on your laptop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a big thing actually, right? Especially for OpenShift and Ansible, you need a lot of infrastructure, but for Linux, it's fine. But again, let's not waste the resources. Let's utilize whatever we can, right? But if in case we really need more time, then it's okay. We can, create our own VM and we can practice.
Yeah.
Right? So now, as I told you, right, you should never ever do anything in the workstation because workstation is your jump host, right? Your machines are server A, B, and C. Okay. So now log into server A. So log into server. So log into server A machine as student user. In the student user home directory, create three subdirectories called music, pictures, and videos. Right. So to log in, you know SSH, right? SSH is the
Yeah.
student
Secure shell.
secure shell, right?
Crucial.
SSH and student is the username, right? SSH, student, and server A. So control C. I mean, again, when you're practicing, you don't copy paste this because I do it. I run a lot of labs every day, right? I cannot type. But when you practice, you don't type. You type, don't copy paste. Okay.
So Arvind, like, before you presenter, so if we do not specify student so which user it will take? So the
It will
current student, the
easy.
current like for work, yeah.
Exactly.
So for now, if we do not specify student also, it will automatically take us to
Exactly.
student user, right?
Exactly. So if
Yeah,
you
okay.
don't specify, it will take this account. If you specify, it will take that user. It can be student, it can be user one, it
Root.
can be anything.
Mm, yeah.
And
Okay.
again, here it will not ask password. The reason is they have configured the passwordless login, which we will see later in our course, right? So from the
Okay.
workstation machine, you can log into server A, B, C without password.
Okay.
Okay.
How to configure that all, we will see that later. There is a chapter. Okay? We will learn that. For now, just log in and practice. Later, we will see how to configure that.
Just a question, Arvind.
Hmm.
So we're talking about the jump host. So
Yes,
is that the main guy?
exactly, exactly. So if you look at your lab diagram, here, I think this is page 45, right? Okay, if you scroll up, right, you will, in the first few pages, you will see the architecture of your lab. This one.
Mhm.
Right? So
Yeah.
the workstation is the machine which can talk to all three machines, and also
Yeah.
server A, B, C internally they can talk to each other. So this is a network actually. So workstation and server A, B, C can talk to each other.
Okay.
Okay? And you can log into server ABC directly also, no issues. But they recommend you to log in through workstation because if passwordless logins are already configured, so you don't have to give password every time. Or else here every time you have to give the passwords, right?
Okay.
Right. So that's the thing. And then yeah, this is the chapter, right? Yeah, guide exercise. So log into the student and create directories, music, pictures, and videos. I told you, right? If you want to create multiple directories, you can give it in one stretch. Music,
Yeah.
pictures, and folders, followed by spacing. And also remember one thing, one very, very important thing. Linux or Unix, your whole Unix family is case sensitive. Okay. Capital M is different from lowercase m. Okay. Music with
Yeah.
lowercase m, music with uppercase m, both are different. Okay, so make sure in Linux it's case sensitive.
Okay.
Okay, so Control C. I mean, the practice don't do Control C. So you run these commands. Okay? Now, if I say ls, you should be able to see music, pictures, videos, all at the same level. Okay, it's not subdirected; it's all at the same level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, that is one thing. And use touch command to create sets of empty practice files to use during this lab. In each set, replace X placeholder in the file name with numbers 1 through 6. Okay, so they want to create song 1 in music folder, snap one, film one in videos folder. Okay? That is song 1 to song 6, snap 1 to snap 6, film 1 to film 6 in the respective folders, music, pictures, and folders. So this is music, this is photos, and this is film. Okay. So now what you do, touch song 1.mp3, song 2, song 3, song 4, song 5, song 6. Right? And then
Yeah.
touch snap 1 to snap 6.mpg and touch film 1 to film 6 on mpg. Right? And also remember, you see a backslash at the end, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
this is a new line character, right? Now, if your command is too lengthy, you have to split that in 2 lines, right? So
Yeah.
Yes.
do you remember carriage written?
Yes, in the typewriter we have that one carriage written, right?
Same carriage written. Okay. So that's the
Yeah.
carriage written. Right? So if you want to split the command, lengthy command into multiple files, multiple lines, you can use backslash. Okay.
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 Touch all the songs, song 1 to song 6. Okay. Ls, you should see song 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly, touch snap 1. Again, you don't have to create with the same names, right? You can create with any name, but when you practice using the same name so that it is easy for you to remember and practice. It's up to you,
Mm.
right? So there is no hard rule that you have to use the same file names. Okay. If you see ls, see you have film 1 to 6, snap 1 to 6, and song 1 to 6. Now the next step is we need to move these files to the respective folders, music, videos, and pictures. Right? So for that, what you do, move these songs .mp3 extension. See, they are not giving the song 1, song 2, song 3, right? They
Yeah.
want .mp3 to move to music, .jpeg to move to pictures, .avi should move to videos. Right? So when you say something .mp3, it is star, right? Star is
Y-
anything .mp3, anything .jpeg, right? So here MV, you can do, uh, again, they are using the manual method, like that's fine. You can either use star, you can use this also. And probably we will do it in both ways actually, right? So first we will literally copy all this, we will give all these song names manual, right? MV song 1 to song 6, and I move to music folder, right?
Yeah.
Just copy this and, right, ls, sorry, ls, so ls music. Yeah, I have song 1 to 6. Now I will use mv command star dot, I will use jpg, and I will move that to pictures. Okay, instead of giving snap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just giving star dot jpeg pictures. Enter. ls, it moved, and ls pictures, I have snap. So either you can use wildcard or you can give the full listing of the files. Right?
Okay.
And similarly, you can move the files, like it's up to you whether you want to use what you call whether you want to use wildcard or the file names. Right? See, again,
Okay.
remember, whether it is in your exam or in real time, okay, people will not ask you how did you fix this or how did you run this. They will look at the outcome. Simple. Whether you
Yep.
use wildcard, whether you use name, it's irrelevant to them. They want something to be done. So you have to do that. That's it. Right? So in the exam also, They will ask you some question. You solve it in your way. Ultimately, when they run the script, it should see the output. It should see the tasks that you have done. That's it. They don't look at what comments you have run. Okay, but some companies, banking companies, some companies, they look at what you do because those environments are risky and critical environments, right? So they look at, but mostly normal companies, they don't go deep into the comments that you have run. Again, it depends upon environment. Okay? So again, you can run ls command and then you can look at the files in each of the folders, right? ls music picture folders. So music has this, pictures has this, and videos has this. Okay,
Yep.
right? So that is how you can check. And then now also create 3 subdirectories for organizing your files. And name this subdirectories as friends, families, and work. Use a single command to create all these subdirectories. Okay, so we will create 3 directories called friends, family, and work. Okay, same again. This is all multiple things that you are playing around. That's fine. Okay, so create 3 directories: friends, families, and work. Right, with using NKDR, and then copy files that contains numbers 1 to 2 to friends directory and numbers 3 to 4 to family, 3 to 4 to family. So remember we copied snap 1, JPEG 1, AVI 1 and all the stuff, right? So they
Yeah.
want to copy the files which has 1 and 2 to friends directory, 3 and 4 to the family directory. And keep in mind, you are making copies, therefore original files must retain. What command you use?
CP.
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 CP is previously we used MV here, right? Which we moved.
Yeah.
Now they want to keep the original file in this directories and copy those files, copy an extra version or extra copy those files to a different location, right? So how do you copy that? See, copy music.song1, song2, right? Snap1, snap2, AVI1, AVI2 to dot. So dot is the current working directory. So now I will tell you one important point. Now, here you have this folder, right? They want you to copy 1 and 2 to the friends folder, right? 1 into the
Mm-hmm.
so first I will go to friends folder. Okay. Now ls, I see nothing, right? It's because it's a new folder. Now, if you observe
Mm-hmm.
carefully in any directory, you have, if you type ls-a, have you any time observed this dot and 2 dots?
Yes.
What are those? Any ideas?
So a
Hidden
dot is
file.
a current working directory and 2 dots is a parent directory. So for the parent directory, like 2 dots is a parent directory, like a before folder of friends.
Exactly. So
Mm.
single dot is the current working directory. 2 dots is the previous directory. That is, if you say cd space dot dot, it goes one step back.
Back.
Right? That's it. So that is in every folder you see that dot and dot dot. So dot is current working directory, dot dot is the parent directory, I mean the previous directory. Right? So go to friends directory. Okay. Now ls it is empty. Now if you observe, I will copy this command. Okay. So now here, if you observe, what am I doing? I am copying song 1, song 2 from music folder, snap 1, snap 2 from pictures, film 1, film 2 from videos, and dot is the current working directory. Now tell me logical question, is dot absolute path or relative path?
Relative
Relative,
path.
absolute path.
No, it's a relative path. So
Okay.
That's our current working directory, right?
relative path is
Okay.
you need to be inside the directory. That is relative path. Okay.
Okay.
So first, if you observe, I move to this directory, right? CD friends. So I move to this directory. So that becomes the relative path. If I don't move to this directory, instead of dot, I will give friends, right? So that will
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
the relative path. Okay. So now I am copying those song one, I mean all files with 1 and 2 to dot, which is the friends folder. And if you type ls, and if you say ls, you should see file 1, film 2, snap 1, snap 2, song 1, song 2. Okay. Now, similarly, copy the files that contains 3 and 4 to family section. Okay. So here, now how can I go to family folder from the friends folder?
CD, CD dot dot slash
Exactly,
family.
family. Okay. So dot again, if I want to go 2 steps back, dot slash
Dot dot again.
dot slash,
Yeah.
and keep on adding, go back to 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps, provided if you are in a nested directory. If you have that path, you can give n number of dot slashes. Okay. Okay. Fine. And then again use the same command. You copy 3 and 4 to the dot, to the current working directory. Okay. Okay. Now copy the family and friends directories and their contents to the work directory. Right. So first so you have the family and friends folders, right, which has all these files. Now they want to copy this family and friends directory to the work directory. Okay. So first thing first, go to the work directory, cd dot slash work. Okay. Here the folder is empty. Now you need to copy this family folder and friends folder to the work folder. Okay. So how do you copy? CP hyphen
CP.
R, because it's a folder. Okay. So hyphen dot slash, and what is this tilde symbol?
It's an home directory path,
Exactly.
like slash home and student.
Exactly. So tilde is a home directory. Okay. So either you can do that, or what you can do, CP hyphen R dot slash friends, right? And
Yeah.
tilde slash family.
Yeah.
Both are correct. Both are correct. Because
Yes.
my friends and families are in the home directory, and my friends is just one step behind the work folder, right? Both are fine, both are correct, right? Again, as I said, it doesn't matter what command you run. So I want output, simple.
Yeah.
ls, and if you see ls, you should see family, and again you can type ls hyphen capital R just to double confirm. Okay. See, in family I have this, in friends I have this.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is how you copy those files. No? So again, the tree command we have seen, right? So tree command is will show you the the structure of your the whole path. Like if you observe, it is showing the tree structure of your home directory. I have music, pictures, videos, all has six files. Family has 6, friends has 6, and work folder has 2 folders, family and friends with those files. Okay, that's it. And then yeah, and then you can remove the folders like rm hyphen rf, family, friends, and work, just to clean up the resources. Because
Yeah.
we are using hyphen r is for recursive, f is for forceful.
Ports.
Again, force is not mandatory, as I told you, right? Uh, this RF is like a bonding in RM command. So whenever
Okay.
we use RF by default, right? There are some commands. See, one basic command is ls hyphen ltr. That's very. This ltr is a common combination which we use generally in real time. Next is RM-RF. Next one is netstat -ANT, right? So, right, this ANT. So these are some combinations which we use in real time. So that's so I don't know. We built that bonding actually. When you ask anyone with a netstat command, right, they'll say netstat -ANT, right? So yeah, it all depends upon and we'll see the tar command tar-CVZF, right? So this is also one command.
Yeah.
We follow the same pattern actually. So I've been running this from last 20 years, right? Even I will not remember, like I will not type FCVZ. I don't do that. CVZF. So that's how, we when we practice, right, that's we remember, right? Right.
It
When
become muscle memory for us, all the
exactly,
commands.
right. So that's how, but
Mm.
it's up to the individual to do that, right? So that's why I'm again, if you really ask me, you don't need to use hyphen F actually, but it's become as a de facto for us actually. So it's up to the That's it, and then you can exit, and that completes you have to exit from this particular server A, and then you have to be and again remember we started lab start command, right? Lab start, lab finish.
Yeah.
Remember, those should be run only from the workstation. You should not run them
Okay.
on the server A, server B, server C. Okay, server A, B, C are for you to log in and fix the issues, right? On the workstation, you create that issues like lab start, lab grade, lab finish. You have to run those commands. Okay, come out, exit that node, and then you can run the lab finish, lab what do you call lab finish manage files. Okay. So it will remove, it will clean up whatever you have done. It will try to clean up, so that it will be the machine will be ready for the next task. Yeah, and remember,
Yeah.
mostly Linux it is fine, but other courses this finish is very important because it needs to clean up to perform the other next labs actually. But for Linux, I don't think there is no issues. You can just even if you forget also no issues. But make a habit to run this finish command. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, I think we can stop here. We have this soft link. So, I mean, since it is very much in the beginning, right? We are going slow, I know, but slowly we'll increase the pace actually, right? So,
Okay.
depending upon your grasping and all, right, we will try to speed up slowly. First two chapters I'll go slow, but later slowly we will try to spend more time because you get habituated to the environment, right? So I have to give a lot of examples for you in the beginning. Once you're comfortable, then we can directly jump into the topic and discuss real concepts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So think we are. I think there's only one soft topic left out. Oh, there are a lot of things, man. Okay, links, creating links, file name, shell expressions. Okay, right. So we will try to complete this second chapter tomorrow, right? And then
Okay.
we'll see how it goes. But it might take some time this lab because it has a lot of pages, right? So let's spend more time to cover this. Okay,
Okay.
right. And
Yeah.
the saving, Vijay, you can just again discuss among yourself and.
Yeah, sure. I'll
You
inform
let me
Siddharth
know.
regarding this.
And then if I ping my other group members, if they are fine, I will also let you know. And then let's pick up some comfortable time.
Sure. And also, I have one more request,
Hmm,
Arvind. So,
hmm,
if possible,
hmm,
if you are comfortable,
hmm.
uh, can you explain the CPU architecture, how everything works?
CPU
And
architect.
yeah,
Okay, let me. I think I can do a chat GPT and I can get those. That's fine.
I mean, if you're comfortable, if I mean, if it is not, it's not mandatory. I'm
Yeah,
just asking.
sure. I can do that.
Yeah,
I can do that. So let me give me some time. So I will do that. In the meanwhile, we will
any day.
do this. And then probably in the weekend or something, I will spend first few minutes, and I'll prepare the PPT, and then I will upload in our G Drive as well. So
Okay, sure, sure,
okay, ma'am.
sure. Man.
Then, tomorrow,
Yeah, thank you
know
so
the
much.
time
Yeah.
actually, whether it is evening or morning. You'll confirm.
Yeah, please confirm from your end. You should be more comfortable with the timings.
Okay, okay. Let me
You
confirm by
can,
tonight my
yeah,
availability, and then
yeah, sure.
we can discuss in the group.
All right,
Oh,
sure.
yeah, man. Sure, man.
All
Yeah,
right, perfect. Yeah,
yeah. Bye. Yeah,
see you then. Yeah, have a nice night.
Okay, bye.
bye, bye. Yeah.
Bye.